Hello and welcome to Faithful to Destination X, where we have reached the big semi of Series 1.
Dick joke.
Well, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you've come to expect from me. My name is Ben. Hello.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex. How are you all? I hope you're well. What are we doing?
This is a short episode this week because I can't sit today. My leg hurts. The left side of my leg and bum.
Oh yeah, you did legs. Bed. Oh my gosh, this is really going to show what's going to happen. Ben did leg day yesterday.
Did something wrong.
Ben does exercises. I don't. That's why I don't suffer from, other than the obviously aches and pains that you get from being an old man. I don't suffer any additional problems.
I'm sitting at an angle right now. Everyone under this desk is quite the
There's ever a reason to watch the video footage.
I need new chairs. These are so cheap that you bought me this chair. So no wonder
I think
in pain.
You'll find that we collectively bought these chairs when we bought our first house in Scotland.
Cheap.
And from IKEA, with a stunning table that we cannot sell now, which we're trying to get rid of. If anyone wants a table, by the way, and they live near us.
The old podcast table, which
the old
you used to see a corner of.
That's the table is in
maybe
question.
We could auction it off for charity.
Its pattern is, and maybe only a few people get reference to this, its pattern is likened to the intro sequence to Every Second Counts, when all the blinky-blanky kind of shapes start before the clock formation begins.
Don't know what that is.
If you know, you know. But that's what the pattern is like.
In the museum in 20 years' time. The Faithful 2 Podcast Museum. The original.
I mean, we could sign it. If we signed it,
auction it for charity.
20. The charity is Charlie's Catnip Pals.
Charlie is producer Charlie, everyone. For new listeners behind me right there, if you're watching on video.
Serious now, I'm saying this. If we sign the table we used to use as the old podcast table, or unsigned, whatever you prefer, we understand if you don't want it signed, give us your best offer. And if you can collect it, that money will go to a cat charity. There you go. Charlie will love that. There you go. And if you want to know how to get in touch with us, you can find us on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. It's got all of our information on there. And if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.ee/faithful, and all the details are on there as well. And on our Instagram, it's still there. And if anyone's tuned in wondering where on earth is Destination Unknown? Well, we will be revealing the answer to that on the final, which will be tomorrow. So you've still got time to throw your guesses. I'm not saying if anyone's right. I'm not saying if anyone's wrong. I'm just saying that you all guessed.
Your one's as typical of you.
Well, I think you find that it got the most traffic.
Did it?
Yes.
It's an easy question.
So or it's the most fun to play because I created it. Prove Ben wrong by finding our Instagram.
What, I'm getting it wrong?
And then getting it wrong. Yeah, but my point was it's getting all this traffic.
And that's the most important.
Traffic is the most important thing.
Especially on Destination X and all the driving.
Beautiful link. I must also mention that if you like the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell if you're watching us on YouTube, follow us on all your favourite podcast apps, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and give us a 5-star review if you like listening to us, because all of it helps us grow. Yes. Grow as people, grow as a community, grow in love. And that's what's important in this world of craziness and hate and divide. We need one communal place, and that is the Faithful 2 podcast. You can repost that. You can repost that all day long.
Well, you can comment on our spot. We've got a few comments on our Spotify. Yes, Spotify feed. Like Darcy has said
on Spotify.
Will you guys, not that they're not enjoying Destination X, but they have said, will you guys be back on Monday? Brackets September 1st for Traitors Island.
Who knows? Maybe
not. Don't know if we like the Traitors yet.
I know.
Never seen it.
After collectively 12 series of watching the Traitors, I'm still unsure whether I like the format.
Especially the Irish one.
The Seer one is the one that I most was disappointed with.
We're not discussing past spoilers. Sharp Maxine says, because we did ask people Who do you want to win now? Because it's the final. Judith to win. Judith has a lot of fans out there, I've noticed online.
I
She's
love
like
Judith.
the people's princess.
Although I don't trust her to do any structural engineering after she couldn't work
yes.
out what numbers related to what colours in math.
Oh,
And
it's a plus. Oh, 31 is not a 3. I know.
That cracks me
People
up.
need...
Oh, I thought that was 3.
People need to find out what nuclear power station she's helped build, which, by the sounds of it, is multiple.
I beg pardon, she's nuclear
And-
engineering, isn't she?
And maybe worry about your safety, because that steel beam that she installed with her 3 + 3 centimeters was actually meant to be 31, and it's going to fall on your head.
I'm not saying that Judith had anything to do
Have you seen Chernobyl?
with Chernobyl, but I'm not saying Judith
She was there.
didn't.
So that's where she did her training. So yeah, a bit worrying. Also, I have to complain about this episode, and
Who,
it's not
you
the show.
personally?
Yes,
Yes.
it's not the show's fault. But Naga on BBC News this morning.
But it's the BBC as general's fault.
Yeah, wow.
BBC have made a few mistakes in the recent history.
A little
but
secret into how we record this podcast, but we do not watch the episode live when it airs the night before. We watch it in the morning over breakfast.
I heard audible gasps
Yeah.
from the audience.
And
just
then we record the podcast straight away because everything's fresh in our head then, believe it or not. This is us with it fresh in our head. And I was you were out getting coffee and I was at home. I switched on BBC Breakfast News literally for 2 seconds. Naga, the first thing that she said was, "Oh, and Darren went out on Destination X yesterday, didn't we? We got the final tomorrow." And I clicked off and I thought, well,
Thanks, Nadia.
Naga. I was like, I might swear. Well, I will. For fuck's sake. I thought, what's the bloody point? Why am I
bloody
watching
point?
BBC News for 10 seconds and then I get that the second I turn it on? So that annoyed me. So the whole episode was spoiled for me. So I just sat there in the mood.
I mean, you kind of could have guessed from the point that when Darren thought they were in Paris.
Well, so then there was a big twist.
He felt betrayed by Judith as well because he
So-
felt like Judith hadn't kind of discussed the destination.
Well, I feel that
but no, I'm with you.
when you're
with
interviewing,
what
because
Naga did, I'll be honest.
Darren was on BBC Breakfast this morning, which is probably why she said it.
Well, there you go then. So that
Yes.
makes some sense.
Well, yeah, I know that now, but maybe
You saw
they
a
should just
snapshot
she should
of the
say,
whole
"Oh,
presentation."
by the way, if you haven't watched it yet, that's what they used to do when
Darren's on the show.
when Great
why?
British Bake Off was like getting 20 million viewers. They used to put spoiler warnings on all sorts when they used to talk about it the next day. Do you remember those days when Bake Off was really?
That's true. And in a world of catch up, you think that Naga
Plus,
should
I
do
don't like
better.
Naga, so
I
don't like her as a presenter.
She has a bit of a
annoys me.
reputation, doesn't she, old Naga, for being a little bit tricky to work
Frosty.
with. I don't know the guy who she works with, but he always seems like he doesn't want to be there the whole time. He's almost contractually obliged to be there.
Yeah, well,
But
I
yes,
don't like her even more now.
well, because
Gone right off her.
I feel like you're being a bit unfair on Naga on this one because if
Well, no.
Darren was on as a guest as well, it kind of
Well, he wasn't even
you
on
could have
yet.
figured it out by
Yeah, well, they
the
could-
point.
well, it ruined it for
If
me.
they were trailing it all through the morning, that and Darren's on later from Destination X. Oh, and Darren's on later from Destination X.
Yeah, well,
We're
she
at
didn't
that
have
point-
to say that he went. She could say,
But we're at that point where if they're being interviewed, it's likely that it's because they've just left the show.
or he's in the final, which is today.
That's true, I
Well,
guess.
she needs to be
But that's
trained as a journalist.
that's surprising. You'd think they'd have the 3 finalists, wouldn't you, on the show? So they'd have Judith, Saskia, and Josh on there. Although Josh, quickly steering it into being about Destination X, Josh was in very dangerous territory because he was 3 against 1, essentially, because Judith convinced Saskia that Josh was a big threat. She planted seeds, planted the idea that maybe this is the point, that they should try to get rid of Josh so he's not there in the final. Saskia was a bit
Yeah, that's her alliance.
unnerved about that. They had the conversation, Saskia and Josh, in the secret luxury room. What they
VIP
call.
room.
They had their glass of champagne. Saskia was like, well, it was very awkward between Josh and Saskia, wasn't it? You could tell they both, the elephant in the room was that they were both saying, basically without saying it, saying
have
to
to go
each
against each other.
we're going to have to go against each other now. And
Family gonna have to fight.
and if only they knew who Penelope Cruz was, they would have had a 900-kilometer advantage. Because let's be honest, Judith, Darren, and Saskia were going against Josh.
I know.
900 kilometers.
Penelope Cruz needs a new agent.
Yeah, if you
The
can't
fact
be
that
identified.
no one knows, I didn't know who she was, and none of the contestants did.
I recognised her face, but I just couldn't remember her
Was she
name.
in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean films? Like second to last one? was she?
Possibly. I don't
She was like
know.
the new Keira Knightley. Was that her?
Is she?
I can't remember.
No
No,
one's-
in the film.
Even Keira Knightley's not the new Keira Knightley.
No,
know, how
she's
many-
got that good new show now on Netflix, Black Dove.
Oh yeah, that was good, to be fair. That was good. I'll give you that.
Christmas film.
But again, the only reason that was good was the voice of Paddington Bear.
Yes, we've talked about this before.
So dreamy. Oh, have I? Okay, then. So I'll just repeat
because
myself.
we said he was having sex in the hotel and your dad was watching.
Yeah,
remember?
good. I'm glad we've discussed this in the past.
But anyway, we didn't discuss Keira Knightley. But anyway,
My
back
dad.
to my point.
I love just watching. Sorry, I just have to reiterate. I love watching my dad sitting uncomfortably while two gay men are watching a TV show where gay sex is happening on screen.
We didn't even
Surrounded
know
by
we
gay.
didn't even know it was going to come up.
But do you know what? My dad was there waving that rainbow flag.
Yes.
Bless him.
Why not?
Bless his cottons.
So yeah, Penelope Cruz needs a new agent because no one knows who she is and has cost Darren the game.
But that's the important reason, not just Penelope Cruz's career. The fact that Darren had to be knocked off the bus.
Now,
Darren's speech was so heartfelt as well.
I know he's crying. Wasn't he? Oh.
Josh tried to push out a tear. You could tell he was like leaning down like that, and you thought, "Yeah, Josh, you're not."
Josh
crying.
is very
not good at acting. Not good at giving a shit.
all of his bits to VT as well. Is like, yeah, I guess so. Really, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I am quite this. Or it's just like,
Are you nervous about the following? No, I'm not nervous.
No, I'm not
In fact,
actually.
I'm confident about it. I'm going to win. Why are you questioning it?
I
It's
don't want
Josh's
him.
world. We just live in it.
I want Judith or Saskia to win. I'm going to say it now. The girls.
I'm really upset that people aren't on board with Saskia. I feel like people are being a bit unfair.
I know
with
they're
the
being
way
really
they're
horrible
talking.
to Saskia, but then saying how brilliant Nick was the whole time. It's like, well,
Which is the same. Yeah, exactly. They were playing the same game. Let's be honest with you.
luckily we were here to slag off Nick tenfold
Yeah,
to balance
evened
out
it
karma in the world for Saskia to have her yes life.
Very much.
Although we did make fun of her on episode 1, but we live and learn.
Saskia, I forget that she's living her yes life. Hence why, when she was asked to stick on Twist,
Yes.
she was like, yes. Do you know that I'm living my yes life? Saskia, live your yes life 100%. You do you.
Her and Judith are still a bit awkward and frosty. They were having girl chat about nails and hair.
I
Whatever
love
it
that
was.
Saskia's way of approaching Judith was like, we're the only two girls on the bus, so if you want to have a girl chat, like you didn't see Josh and Darren having a man chat.
I'd have a girl chat with Darren if I had to pick.
I think Darren would be excellent at girl chats, especially if
he'd
Jackie
reflect
P.
the Jackie P experience back. My Jackie P sits in the mirror with a hair dryer.
Yeah, I help her curl it.
I tell her to turn the lights on. It's like Blackpool towers over it.
She puts her makeup on. I say, we're going to a drag show. I'm only joking, Jackie P. I love you.
You're beautiful.
Jackie P's getting ready for a treat
Yeah, Monaco.
in Monte Carlo, and yes, in Monaco no less.
Up the F1.
Darren,
Up the F1 with Darren.
Darren's going up the F1 with Jackie P tonight. Do you think Judith is in a dangerous position now because it's Josh and Saskia against her, or do you think now the final? They kind of hinted what the final game's going to be.
Race around the world.
It looks a bit
Across
race around the worldy, yeah. Do you think that it doesn't matter now? It's all for everyone else, and that
Yeah, I think the playing field will be leveled. I
Yeah.
guess there'll be a little game where you could get an advantage because, like, it sounds like Rob Brydon's like, I'm somewhere, find me, and you have to find him somehow. So I'm guessing there'll be a clue. But I'm wondering if Judith is our winner because have you noticed all series, everyone's VTs to cameras have been like the bits that they film like before they filmed when they're in their posh outfits, or the bit afters, or some bits in the VIP room or whatever. All of Judith's, or a lot of hers, have been her in that red outfit. Since the beginning. We remember when she said, I can tell a joke, and then she tried to tell a joke.
trying to
she
tell a
couldn't.
joke, yes.
It's all very winner's outfit, that is.
Oh,
And I feel like we're seeing a bit too much of that one specific time of VT.
it could be that Judith was just difficult to get sound bites from, and so the producers had to use what they could get.
Or she was difficult to get the pretend you haven't won, but talk about your experience, and she wasn't very good at it.
But do
so
we
that's
know-
why they're using all of these VTs for her.
Judith has passed for that lying. She can't lie. She cannot bluff. She cannot deceive. She can manipulate, as we saw in tonight's episode when she manipulated Saskia into thinking that Josh was someone who should now be feared. Because Saskia and Josh were pretty much an unbreakable bond. Even when they were choosing the teams they wanted to get together with, Saskia was really the one who kind of said, well, I wasn't really set in my way of being with Josh.
I know.
You just chose.
Judith called them out, and then Josh was like, well, I don't mind really. As of if I really soundbite by him, I don't mind. If I was Judith, then I would have said, okay, we'll team up.
Yeah.
Then see what he would have
And
done.
it would have been a mistake because
shat himself.
Judith can't do maths.
No, our nuclear engineer.
Our nuclear engineer could not do, and our nuclear engineer decided that untying a knot was too much. And then when Darren just saw Judith on the side with her hand on her hip watching Darren do it. It did crack me up. I did think that was a fun game that they played.
I really thought Darren was doing really well though, because he thought it was like Da Vinci Code, because it was working out codes and symbols and the Louvre and it was all adding up for him actually. I thought yes, the Louvre in Paris, correct. And the clues were really minimal before they did their Place Your X as well.
Minimal or, again, just ridiculous. And you had to have the mind of the person who created it in order to work out
You have
what
to have the
clue was.
mind of that game. I keep saying this, that game show. What's it?
The Genius Game.
No, that's been cancelled. Surprise. The thing that Man hosts when there's 100 people. 1%
One
club.
versus 100. Oh, 100%
10%
club.
that. You have to have the mind of those questions while you're playing it.
It's more cryptic than that. I would say it's the 0.01%
I got the Grace Kelly one,
club.
but I didn't know who Grace Kelly was, apart from the song.
Yes.
With,
Which, if you did know who she was, you probably would have had a better clue. I saw the cards as being gambling, eventually.
Las Vegas.
So I immediately thought Blackpool, actually.
Yeah.
But no, let me just go through a couple of, again, the inane clues that they went through. So, and please get in touch, comment underneath the video, or get in touch with us on our social medias, Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and get in touch with us. Let me know if I'm just being thick, if I'm thicky, no brain or something. I don't know. But Mona Lisa, underneath it says Got Company. So you're meant to put the mono from Mona Lisa together with the first two letters of company.
Yeah, the shortened version of company, Co.
Monaco.
I know, it's an anagram and you have to shorten it. So it's not really an anagram either.
The anagram was all control. Yes. The anagram was all control. The picture on the wall said basement. F1, F2, F3, floor 1, floor that. But the floor they were on was number 1, so F1. That's not clues.
The
That's
only good
just
clue
random
for once was the winners one where they had the Ferrari in a bag.
Yes, Ferrari in a bag.
Which Josh and Saskia
I wish someone
won.
would put a Ferrari in the bag and then maybe dunk him in some water.
He got married recently, did you see?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a nice
Nick
ceremony.
Ferrari.
I'm sure he had plenty of money to splash out.
You have to look at the guest list, see who was there.
Oh, I'm sure they're the who's who of the right wing.
Wow. And the left wing.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the only clue, and I thought Monaco. But that was the only thing I thought of.
The F1 car was a good clue,
that
to
was
be
it.
fair. So
that was the only
Josh...
thing that made Monaco. But I do think it was a bit, when Rob Brydon came onto the bus and he was like, Place Your X now, I did think, well, they literally have nothing to go on, especially Judith and Darren.
But they were right to say that there was going to be a twist, and there was a twist. And to be fair, the twist could have changed the game if people knew who Penelope Cruz was.
Yes.
And,
or if they weren't on their yes year. Saskia could have said, no, I'm going to stop at Lewis Hamilton.
Darren was just a geezer playing the game, wasn't he? He was like, go on then. Go on then.
Can't trust him in a casino.
Penelope Cruz has a lot to... I feel like we should just all collectively be angry at Penelope Cruz for getting rid of our
Although, how
Darren.
good would Darren have been on the final challenge where they're running? Because we saw him run out of their cave.
This seems a bit nasty toward a community of people.
What?
Why can't Darren run?
Because he
was
saw
running
him
fine through the catacombs.
Was he running fine? He slowed Judith down on that final bit, and then Saskia and Josh twisted their knobs and got out.
You nasty little bitch.
Well, he couldn't run, and he was making Judith slow down at the end. The final
I think Judith
run.
gave up at the end. Did you not know that
she just
Judith
giggles
just
and laughs
strolled
and
forward?
around.
Yeah, Judith didn't care.
She was taking in the temperature, that thing that Saskia's not had before.
Saskia's not used to sun. I stood outside and I was like, cool, it's hot. I'm not used to this.
I've never had this before.
What's heat?
And then she stepped into the shadows of the cave.
Oh, this is cold.
It's cold, not had that before.
She really does feel temperature, doesn't she?
She's experiencing everything for the first time. But yeah, what they should have done is looked around. That was Darren's problem. He thought he was in Paris when it was very green and luscious and hot and sunny and
that was Darren's
sandstone
mistake,
around,
wasn't it?
and
that he didn't really think about. Well, where are we now?
That's what saved Judith, because she was like, "Oh, we must be south
of
somewhere."
France." Yes.
So
Judith was actually close by default because she would have done it down where the Principality of Monaco would have been.
I feel like Series 2, if you're applying, it would be really helpful if you researched
geography.
Not geography, like plants and ecosystems. Do you know what I mean? Plants, leaves, architecture, stone, brickwork.
Well, yes,
because all those times where they take you out to places to do the challenges, they're like, focus on our clues. look around and see what shrub is growing
It's has
and what
amazed.
stone is there
It's amazed me also a little bit with this series how they've kind of just gone
in circles.
in circle. Like they've just gone to the same places. They've been in Italy 3 times. They've been in France twice now.
Plus, the
That
Venice episode
surprised
was
me.
like 2 episodes.
Yeah, and the Venice episode was 2 episodes. That surprised me. I genuinely thought that it would be a different country, so they would kind of be going east throughout the whole show.
They're trying
Maybe
to
south
confuse
and
them,
then
though,
east.
aren't they? I guess. But like, I do think for series 2 as well, format changes.
If you're listening,
The best episode of the series so far, I would say, was the Venice one, when they stayed in Venice.
yes.
And they like used the country or the place that they were in, they used it as like parts of the task and the family coming home, and they were dressing up as part of Venice. Do you know what I mean? It was like a real experience of that country,
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
culture. I think that's what they should focus on more. So they get off the bus, stay somewhere, and then they have to maybe pinpoint more exact where they are.
Or you could just
Something
twist
like
the
that.
format a little bit and make it a bit more.
Travel.
You can you can choose how someone's eliminated other than them choosing the wrong spot, because obviously when the game started it was all about using your own knowledge. As the game's progressed near the end, it's now been more about manipulating other people's X in order for you to succeed. So, you know, if they had succeeded in this challenge, then they could have moved Josh's X, for argument's sake. Judith had the power where she had the automatic location.
Didn't use it.
That annoyed me as well. I feel like that was given to her too late. I feel
Yeah,
like that
she
should
could
have
have
been
used
given
that this
earlier.
episode.
That should have been used earlier in the game. It should have been given earlier in the game and used at any opportunity she had, rather than being told you can only use it at the next opportunity. Because then the following episode, only 3 people had to put an X down. And so because Judith wasn't chosen, by default, she didn't use it. So I thought that was a bit
And maybe
silly.
like the 2 furthest away should then have to do something. A bit like Biggest Loser. You know, Biggest Loser, it was
like
the
a
final 2 then
challenge.
had to do a challenge to see which one of them. Maybe they should do that as well. So it's not just the person who was furthest away, it's the 2 people furthest away now have to do a challenge in the place where they are. So they get revealed like, oh, you're in Monaco.
you're in the right place.
So in a way, being in the bottom 2, you'd get a little clue advantage
Advantage.
because you know exactly where you are, but you may go. But if you win the challenge, you can stay.
And do you know who would have really taken advantage of that little game change? Ashvin. Because he was rubbish at knowing where things were, but the challenge is spot on every time. He came through every time. So Ashvin has a penchant about being able to play the games quite well.
People do. I mean, Ellen commented on Spotify, said, I always enjoy seeing how they revise a show's format after series 1. Like when they revised the voting system for the final of The Circle because it was horrendous and they switched it and it became one of the best shows around. So we're all here for format changes, tweaks for series 2 to make it better. I feel like they need to focus in on that Venice episode as like,
An idea that they could expand on.
that's something they could do more of.
They'd have to maybe change the episode numbers if they were going to do something like that from 10 to 12.
Okay,
Just saying.
that's fine.
I'm the
Or they
BBC
could
exec.
just remember episode 1. They got rid of about 7 people though, so maybe they couldn't do that.
Yeah, but that's a thing of that's a rule on reality TV of the time. Like we'll be looking back in 10 years' time and we'll be going, do you remember on reality TV or reality competition shows when they used to always have like 100 players and then they'd get rid of 90 of them on the first episode? Like
Although
they
the
do
guy
it-
from The Traitors, he's now doing bits on This Morning and all sorts, isn't he? That
he came
garden
back.
guy.
Remember, he was in the cage.
Yeah, but he didn't then win.
No, but then he didn't come through after that.
And he's the only one that series that seemed to have created a career somehow. I can't remember his name.
I think it's
The mark is still
sadly. I think
Hmm.
again we're getting into we've been in that era, but some reality shows have kind of avoided it. But some contestants, not all,
Hmm.
go on to a show courtesy of their agent. Let's just say, for argument's sake,
Mardy, maybe.
and I don't know.
He was a content creator, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he's got an agent. I think they used him for maybe his
Chloe Ann, she was a historian woman, wasn't she?
Yeah, but I don't think she had an agent.
Okay, fine.
Why are you just randomly showing names?
I'm not. I'm saying those are the 2 out of the list
have
of these
agents.
people, or the 2 that were most likely to have an agent.
I remember. Again,
Do you
I
have
may
an agent?
Yes, I do. I remember, and I may have said, no, I don't. I remember we went to, just long story short, me and a friend years ago applied for Coach Trip. And we were there with everyone else doing like the audition process where you had to talk about story and tell us this and blah, 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 blah. And then these 2 lads came in, like right at the very end, they just turned up. Straight away, got the first interview, which they did a one-to-one camera interview at the end of the process, and left. So they were there for about 20 minutes, while all the rest of us were there for like 4 hours, having to play stupid games like Jenga and stuff like that. They got on the show, and we found out that they had agents. This is what I mean. There's always a way in.
That happens all the time. I remember I did women's hair, and her son was a model. He wasn't a model, but he was a model.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh yeah, Channel 5, they've been trying to get him onto Big Brother. They've said you can do the celebrity or the civilian one. Doesn't matter anymore. I was like, right.
Doesn't matter anymore. Exactly.
Do you want to know where he ended up?
Is this our mate on GB News?
He ended up on GB News.
There he is. There he is. Right. Let's not name names. We're
No,
be done for libel.
But his mum was lovely.
He's not so
She
much.
did a terrible job at raising.
Good job, mum.
But like that, when she used to tell me that, she was like, oh yeah, Channel 5, they're like, well, you can do civilian or the celebrity one. You're a model, so you can be on either. He didn't get on them, sadly, though. Wasn't quite up to his stuff.
Well, then clearly he couldn't do either then, could he?
No, he couldn't.
What a shame for him.
But yeah. But I feel the final four have no agents.
Oh,
Especially
100%. They're there
Saskia, do you get an agent?
Yeah, I think Saskia would be good actually, doing like bits for Morning Live or This Morning, doing the competitions. I think Judith would be good at that as well.
Yes. They would get her doing ridiculous things like going down a log flume or something while she's trying to present winning £250,000 competition.
Judith, I can just imagine being like she'd end up having like all the clips that will go online viral because something wrong would happen. Like, hello, Julie, like Ainsley Harriott or something like that. I think Josh was only there for the clout and the money.
The money, yeah.
And I think Josh will just go back to his normal job after this.
He's
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's not there for fame and fortune, is he?
No. Well, good for him. I don't think, to be fair, I don't think any of them were there particularly to get famous. I think the only one who was the one who went out because they missed their mum's spaghetti bolognese.
Who was that?
Mardy.
Oh, was that why he left?
Well, he said he missed his mum's cooking. After 24
I
hours.
want to know the reason why he left.
He's keeping it tight-lipped. Although he did a live on Instagram and it was Ask Me Anything about Destination X. And I thought to myself...
His agent told him to do it.
Probably. I thought to myself, what is there to ask, Mardy?
Why did you leave Destination X?
How many miles per gallon did the bus take? What were the beds like, Mardy?
It's very odd, that whole
What was your
situation.
first night's sleep and only?
I think he didn't like the bus situation. I'm sticking by my original idea about that. I think he has spent one night on that bus and was like, no, not for me, I'm off. And that's what I feel. But rumour mills will continue to swirl.
They'll churn, exactly. I mean, they're not that loud for Mardy, to be fair, but bless him, he had a go. And they showed him in the compilation at the end when they said, you survived 10 other players or whatever, and they showed them one by one. Mardy was shown, ever so briefly, but Mardy was shown.
Yeah. R.I.P. Dawn, you were my favourite and you went too early.
I missed Dawn. And Claire. I thought Claire was fun as well.
I love Claire. And Deborah, the writer.
Although we should reminisce
and
about
James.
the people who left at the
He was in Best a lot.
Final. James went out too early. If only him and Nick had thought better. Because the James and Nick alliance would have been mighty strong.
James could have easily replaced Josh this whole time with Saskia as well. So,
Yeah.
but no, we had to have a pilot instead. Right, so we lost Darren. He's not in it, but we got the final three.
Saskia, Judith, and Josh.
And him.
Yeah, and the other one.
Basically, I want Saskia or Judith to win.
Yeah, I think...
Yin and yang.
I think Saskia's going to win.
Oh, do you? I think
Yeah.
Judith's going to win.
Actually, I don't think Saskia's going to win. I think Josh is going to win.
Oh, no.
Josh will win.
That's
But,
the worst outcome.
but the people's winner will always be Judith. And our winner will always be Saskia.
Well, there you go. We'll find out.
Josh has no one.
No, don't care about Josh.
Josh will be dead to us. He's the
Josh
shit on our shit.
wouldn't care, actually.
Josh don't care.
Don't care, actually.
Just doesn't give a shit.
He wouldn't
does
care if we talk about him or not.
No.
Right, so there you go. So we've got the final then
Yes.
in a few hours this time of recording. So,
Oh, yes. Well, yes. So,
And
last
we've got our next lot of stuff to do.
what could it be?
We're not
So-
leaving.
Yeah, and sadly for anyone, although you love us really, we know you do, and you can tell us how much you love us by going to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. It's got all our links on there. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Blue Sky, follow us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. There's a lot of fun on TikTok now. I'm about to do a new TikTok in a second, so
Oh, are you?
definitely follow.
Exciting.
And you can follow us then on YouTube. If you like us, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, comment underneath the video, like the video. If you're listening to or watching us on Spotify, don't forget to subscribe with us on there as well, and give us a 5-star review. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, do a 5-star review. And if you want to help us on the podcast, go to coff.ee/faithful or buymeacoffee.com/faithful. And if you're interested in buying a table that used to be used for the podcast many moons ago, it's there.
Well,
and
6 weeks ago.
And we'll give the money to Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah, no, just
Charity,
wait.
you mean?
Just wait.
Oh, sorry.
I'm telling a story. I'm romanticising this.
Not bothered, really.
All right, Josh. We're putting in a little
I just think
rucksack.
that I'm really intelligent, really. So
Put in a little backpack with all the notes inside, and we'll say, Charlie, off you go, and off you'll trot.
We wouldn't be able to. He's got bad back legs
to
at the
the Cat's
moment.
Protection or whatever, Cat's Charity. And while he's there, he can say, meow, 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 and they'll say, meow, meow. And
Charlie's diabetes. He's behind me right there on camera. His diabetes is
that's
sorted.
not actually him. That's a
Yes,
picture.
it is.
That's a picture. Not actually
But his
him.
back legs are very stiff and weak now, so it's all just one
you've-
thing after the other.
You've been
Oh,
staring
producer
at him,
Charlie.
watching him falling over all the time, and instead of helping his poor little paws, you just sit there and laugh. Don't believe a word that Ben says.
Right,
It's
we'll
cruel,
see you
horrible, and mean.
on the
man.
next episode for the final, where we will know when she will win.
Or he,
No,
or they. Then.
well, Saskia or Judith to win. Goodbye.